What is so scary about keto? I've been on keto for 5+ years. Will I die? Welcome to the last chapter of this series, Indian Keto Diet, everything you need to know. In this series, I have covered already about what you can eat on keto and what you can also, how do you get out of keto, what you should do on keto, and what are factors which you should consider while on a ketogenic diet. Now, this last video is about why are people scared of keto. This is the most debatable topic because everybody who starts with the keto diet, they hear a lot of advice, and this is what you will also agree that especially in India, we get free advice about relationship, career, and as well as diet. Between this world where everybody has an opinion, I would put in my viewpoint about why you should be scared of keto and also how do you overcome with this fear and what is the way forward. These are 3 topics which we will be dividing this chapter into. So stay tuned till the end and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon to know more videos, because after this series I'll be uploading more videos about what you should be considering on a ketogenic diet and more information about supplements on keto and as well as other factors of a ketogenic diet. So jumping straight to the topic without any more appeal to subscribe. Firstly, why are we scared of keto? There are going to be 3 points which we need to understand. Number 1 is news articles and what general media puts across about keto diet. So general media puts across a lot of studies which speak about that keto diet is not healthy. I absolutely agree with these studies because these studies make a lot of sense. They help us understand that a keto diet is a fad. And why do they say that this is a fad? Because majority of these studies are actually on mice. They are also not conducted on humans. Whenever there is a human trial, it is always conducted say between 50 to 350 people. That's what the average study is. And none of these studies also speak about mindset. So yeah, these studies are great. They are great to actually read. They're great as articles. There are doctors in India as well, those who have these peer reviews. So these studies is something which scares all of us that a ketogenic diet can kill you or it can result in some or the other medical aspects. But when you deep down a study, which is a recent study which has come from a leading doctor in India, I'm attaching a screenshot here for you to read, that it speaks that people were consuming 25% of their daily calorie intake from carbohydrates. Now the first question which I want to understand is that how can it be a keto diet or how can it be a keto-like diet? Also, there's another study which speaks about sweeteners where they say that stevia is not a sweetener approved by FDA. Why are we waiting for FDA to approve what do we have to eat and what do we not have to eat? Also, crude stevia is not approved by FDA, but stevia extract is approved by FDA. So as I want to say that all of this entire topic which I've been saying that studies are useful, this is pure sarcasm because you have to understand that these studies are baseless at times, even if they are somewhat useful for us, but they're not released in general public. They're not put across. They don't want to create any kind of say emergency situation about keto diet, but they just want to post it out and they want to ensure that they get some brownie points about what study they have been doing. I don't say that all these studies on all these institutions are not focusing on the idea that a ketogenic diet is a metabolic state, but yeah, their studies is what we share on WhatsApp, what we share on Instagram, what we share on social media platforms, and we start believing that keto is not safe. The second reason why we get scared of keto is people around us. So when I started my keto diet in 2017, my keto journey, my family was really concerned about my choice of shifting to keto. Everybody had an opinion, they wanted to keep an opinion, as well as doctors also have these opinions, because doctors have these opinions of the kind of case studies they have seen. They have seen that people on a ketogenic diet, they have eventually ended up with some or the other medical issues, and they are doing their own job. They are also educating all of us that we should not be on a ketogenic diet. That is another way why we see people around us, those who make us feel scared that okay, you should not be on keto. The third point is which is within the keto community. Somebody who has a bad experience wants to speak about their experiences and wants to tell about one side of the story. No matter how much ever I want to tell you about my life, I know better about my life, right? Because I've experienced it. So similarly, when I wanted to tell you about an experience of keto, let me tell you a story today.
So I was chilling in my, chilling in my apartment, and I was chilling with my sister. And what happened that we were just discussing about, what a keto diet is, how exactly it can be dangerous. Now, when I was speaking about dangerous aspects of keto, I've been on keto for 5+ years. She was eating a banana. She threw a banana and I slipped out of my balcony. and I fell down. So hence I prove it that my experience of on a ketogenic diet is that you can be dead and I'm the ghost speaking. So this is what another say article is.
Now also these articles are simply listed on Google, they are listed on a lot of say websites as well, because people want to click and they want to understand what exactly happened with you, and they want to understand the negative aspects of keto. So when you write side effects of eating sugar, you will find this first side effect, which is called diabetes. When you write side effects of falling in love, what is it? You will have a broken heart later on. Okay, so when you actually check out side effects of any diet and you type it on a search engine, you will find the top links. But when you read those top links, if they are experiences or if they are say research studies, or there are doctors who are speaking about this, or there is some other nutritionist who is speaking about this, you have to understand that this makes us scary and we start thinking that are we on the right track? Are we not? Now coming to the second topic of this chapter, which is about how to overcome this fear. This is a tried and tested formula which I've done it with myself, which I've also told my clients about it. Number one is ask relevant questions. If you see that there is a study, if you see somebody posting it on LinkedIn, posting it on Instagram, ask these relevant questions about what was the sample size of the study, what was the mindset, where was it conducted, why was it not conducted in our country like India, or why was it not conducted in a different geographical location, because they would not have clear answers about it. Some studies are simply posted directly, some deaths are simply reported because of keto, and there is no specific answer to this. Giving you an experience about that, in 2020 I also remember the time when an actress called Mishti Mukherjee died of keto, and that's what the claim was. But then the entire claim went haywire because they said it was on a high fat diet and a high protein diet. Wait, how can a high fat diet, a high protein diet be a ketogenic diet? Who was monitoring her dietary advice? Was the doctor also checking whether at the time of her death was she on keto or not? What was the autopsy or biopsy or whatever reports they do? What was the post-mortem report about this death? But why is this information not in the public, that whether she was on ketogenic diet or she was producing ketones and what was happening? So these are certain things which we get scared about. So the best way to overcome fear is ask relevant questions, see if they can reply. If you see a blog which speaks about that keto is harmful, ask those experiences from that person, from the keto community, or from the doctor, or from that research analyst who's speaking about that keto is negative. The second way to overcome your fear is check relevant resources. Whatever you see on Google is openly posted on the web. So you have to understand, nobody's going to post a study directly on Google. First of all, when these studies are funded, who's funding these studies? Are they funded by any of the FMCG companies? Are they funded by any of the oil-based companies which sell vegetable oils? What companies are actually putting this study? Because when you check relevant resources, you have to also understand that any kind of website which puts something about negative about keto, if it's the leading newspaper or if it's a media house, they are just posting it for you to click. It's a clickbait for sure. And as well as, if this is how it is supposed to be, why was this not released as a journal? Why did we not see the health minister of our country speaking about not adapting to keto? Why would they not come in the market and say that, okay, yeah, this is not what you should consume? Why is it not promoted like cigarettes are injurious to your health? Why is it not promoted like smoking and drinking and driving is deadly? Why is it not promoted like this? So when they want to actually promote things, they would. But then when they don't want to promote things, they would come with random studies and tell you that exactly this is what the source is. So do check relevant resources. Yeah, there are a lot of shades of grey of keto. Sometimes it can be really harmful for you, but you have to understand what are the sources which you are checking from. Third point about overcoming this fear is speculation. When you look at things negatively, you will always find negative things to read about. When you search about any anti-government or anti-political aspects on your social media, the algorithm is going to show you that as well. So it's just about fueling up your thought. When you think that keto is going to be deadly for me, I want to read negative aspects about keto, you will always keep searching about negative aspects, and this is going to be very, very difficult for you to overcome this fear. The idea is that facts cannot change. There are certain facts about keto which you cannot change. There are certain things which you have to also remember about, adapting to a ketogenic diet. And it is always better to, go by the facts, not by the opinions, not by the views. Opinions and views may change over a period of time, but facts cannot. So this is another way of overcoming this fear. Now coming to what is the way forward and speculating it in a positive way as well. So firstly, it's about getting a blood test every 3 months or 6 months. The idea is to check your blood reports when you are adapting to keto so that you know what's happening inside you. It is not necessary that your keto diet is going to be absolutely perfect. You will not have any deficiencies. It is also about emphasizing on the idea that when I get a blood test, I should supplement it under a doctor's supervision or under a nutritionist supervision, and not supplemented by just watching videos. So first thing is that, yeah, checking your blood reports, because these are again facts. The second point about way forward is that you should be reading more and educating yourself. Reading more will help you understand about what is a ketogenic diet. Read more about it, because there's so much of content on YouTube, there's so much of content on the websites and Instagram as well, social media as well. Read more about it, take things with a pinch of salt, try to understand, speculate those facts, educate yourself, and then only adapt to keto. When you understand basic facts about keto, this entire community is not a fool who's speaking about keto left, right, center. I have not made a business out of selling a ketogenic diet or telling people about what you should adapt to keto just for the sake of doing it. I would have not been on keto for 5+ years myself. The third thing which is really important is that focus on the anti-inflammatory benefits of a ketogenic diet. Don't use keto as a tool to lose fat. It is not just a fat loss diet. For people who say that, yeah, this is a great way of losing fat, then your mentality entirely changes. It is just about how you view this entire journey. So if you're shifting to keto, if you're continuing it for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, check your anti-inflammatory levels as well, see how you feel, and then only make a point that what you should do. Try to surround yourself with positive aspects about a ketogenic diet, read more about it, as I said, and also try to, learn and execute it. Don't just learn it and sit like a dud, that I'm not going to do anything about it, I've learned it, but yeah, execute it. So if you find this useful, share this with your friends. Also, this playlist comes to an end. We'll be posting up more videos coming weekly, and there are going to be YouTube shorts as well. So don't forget to like and share this video. Also, subscribe to the channel. This is Rahul Kamra, who's going to die very soon because of keto, because he's scared of keto. Signing off.